Hey, everybody out there in the internet land to episode 93. I guess I should say welcome, not hey, to episode 93 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. I am Big Pops Todd Turner, also known as Mosaic Fan Art. And as always, my lovely cohort.
Hi, sweet friends. My name is Hannah Joe, aka Sis, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
Bling, bling,
Boop, 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 boop,
bling. Family friendly. For those
boop.
of you joining us live, because we do tape this live on the Book of Faces, um, those of you who just see the video, don't get the cool music. So download the podcast.
Podcatcher near you, ladies and gentlemen.
And since it's a podcast, Hannah, tell everybody what we do here.
Sweet friends, welcome. Well, hey, as always, we're going to start off with some nerd news to us. We're going to chat about what we've been binging. And then Pops is going to share his pull list with us. We're also going to review a comic and a movie today. So we're going to have to keep it trucking, if you will.
Well, the comic is just a single.
It's just a one shot. Yeah. So we're reviewing the one shot Total Party Killer from Scout Comics.
Yeah.
And we're reviewing the interesting Madame Webb on Netflix.
SMH. Anywho.
Shaking my head, Dad says.
Let's get into it with
you texted me randomly and said, let's watch Madame Webb. And I said, okay.
Hey, let's do it. Let's jump in. Now, nerd news to us. Hannah, you said you've got something good for me.
I need to know.
Please tell me it's not Deadpool news, because that's all everything is.
Not. Of course not. Do you know
the
Pommel Horse Guy?
Pommel Horse Guy?
Do you know Pommel Horse Guy?
I don't know. No.
Okay. This happened this past week.
Is this in the Olympics?
This is the Olympics.
Okay.
This last week in the Olympics, a young man on the U.S. gymnastics team.
Oh, yeah. Him. I watched him.
Yeah, you watched
the guy
who
just sat there in the back.
Yeah, with his glasses on and his eyes closed. His name is Steven.
Okay. Go ahead.
Steven decided, he's from Penn State. He decided that his event in gymnastics, in men's gymnastics, was going to be pommel horse. And that's what he was going to put all of his attention and all of his focus in, is he was going to do pommel horse. And so this young man in men's all around, is it 2 or 3 people that are allowed to do each task?
I don't know the answer to that.
Each event, task, LOL. Gotcha. But there's only a couple people in each group that is allowed to do each task or event in gymnastics. So men's gymnastics, it's parallel bars, it's
floor routine, the rings.
Floor, rings, vault,
uneven bars,
pommel horse, and then one bar.
They don't do uneven bars. They do the 2 bars.
They do the parallel bars, and then they have the 1 bar that they do events. Right. So this young man, Steven, who is an electrical engineer.
Oh, okay.
From Penn State, devoted all of his time and energy
to do
pommel horse.
Now he's got a silver medal or bronze.
He's
bronze.
He's 2 bronze medals because he won bronze overall in pommel horse. So he is the third best, and then his team won overall bronze.
He was the last one to go for the team.
The team knew how many points this man had to get on pommel horse.
Yeah.
And so there are so many memes on the internet about Pommel Horse Guy.
That's so funny. I watched that live.
Are obsessed with him.
That's hilarious.
They're like, he's a sleeper agent. The sleeper agent. He was activated to do pommel horse.
Yes, good. Pommel horse go.
Pommel Horse Guy activated. Other people are saying, so like a big thing that happened this past summer, with Barbie, with the Barbenheimer, is people saying, this Ken's job is blank.
Oh,
like Ken and Barbie was like, my job is beach. And so there was a lot of headlines that says this Ken's job is pommel horse.
Pommel horse. My job is pommel horse.
This Ken's job.
I'm gonna have to look those up. That's fun.
And he was doing these interviews and they gave him a Rubik's Cube and he solved a Rubik's Cube in like 30 seconds. He's like
I
standing
mean,
there doing an interview, like solving a Rubik's Cube under
so
like
because world record's like 5 or 6 seconds or something like
he
that.
did it in like
That's
less than a 60
crazy.
minute second like
60
clip.
second clip. I have to
Yeah.
look at that. That's amazing.
And so like he's doing all of this stuff and he, everyone was just laughing about him like meditating with his eyes
That
closed.
was so funny.
So
And then
Pommel
he
Horse
got up there
Guy,
and he knew after he
he got
did
up
it.
there and
And
he
when he dismounted, he was like,
he was
"Yeah,
like, ah,
we
and it's
did
been
it."
16 years.
What?
16 years since the men's U.S. gymnastics has won a
Has
medal.
medaled? Yeah, wow. That's
And it's
awesome.
all because they knew that's the only thing that he did. And so having
Yeah.
a person on the team that only does one event
Yeah, that's pretty.
is
That's
a
you
pretty
got
big deal.
you got to be
He's
pretty
got to
good.
you got to be pretty dang good.
Yeah, to
And
just do
so
that.
yeah, Pommel Horse Guy.
Nice. Well, you talked about Rubik's cubes. Rubik's cubes got new Rubik's cubes coming out.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're superheroes.
Oh fun.
So like it'll be Hulk's face on one side. Um, they're doing DC and Marvel Rubik's cubes. That I might actually have to buy a Rubik's cube.
That's so fun.
And then teach myself how to do it instead of
Trevin
just
could teach you.
I normally would just peel off the stickers and change sides.
That's hey, I was telling Trevin about Pommel Horse Guy. I like chitter chatted to him for
Mhm.
like 45 minutes about how cool I thought Pommel Horse Guy was.
That's awesome.
And Trevin was I told him about the Rubik's Cube and he was like, I can do a Rubik's Cube. I said, that's why I told you.
And it's awesome. That's awesome.
So Trevin could teach you.
All right. Well, okay, Trevin, I'll become your pupil.
Have you seen the Beetlejuice 2 trailer? The
have.
Beetlejuice trailer. It
I
looks
have.
fun.
It does look
Not at
fun.
all what I thought that movie was going to be.
Yeah, he's gonna be like an anti-hero, maybe.
Yeah. It's giving
You get that?
anti-hero vibes.
Yeah, I agree
It
with
takes
that.
place in the like afterlife world, which we only
Well,
get like a taste of, but it looks
yeah,
like
in
the
the
majority
original.
of the plot is
You
taking
think
place
so?
in that world.
I know Willem Dafoe's in it. So
Willem Dafoe.
and because of that, we're getting Beetlejuice fudge striped cookies.
Are really?
100%. I just saw it. I was like, I'm not even going to mention that. But since you mentioned Beetlejuice, I was like, yep, fudge stripe. They're like green and something. I wonder if they're a weird flavor or whatever. But yeah,
Are those the
fudge
cookies that taste extra good when they're put in the freezer?
sort of. They're like round and they have the
They're
chocolate on the bottom
round and
and
they're
they have
chocolate
the
on the bottom and
circle
the squiggles on
and the
top.
squiggles on top. Yep.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
taste really good in the freezer.
There you go. All right. Hey, I've got something for you.
Okay, tell me.
Harry Potter squishmallows. Yes. Can you believe it? They're coming out first, there'll be Ron, Hermione,
Cute. I want a
but
Luna.
not just that. They're doing Dobby,
Yes.
the Phoenix known as Fox,
Yes. Fox the Phoenix.
Hedwig,
Classic.
the Sorting Hat,
Absolutely not.
and Mandrake.
Oh, cuties.
Yeah, so there's several.
Mandrake is a root that
Yes.
you pull out and it screams.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to wear like earmuffs.
That's hilarious.
And so a lot of parents will put their like infant child in a pot with like a headband and take pictures of them crying. And it's like a mandrake.
That's terrible.
It's hysterical. It's so cute.
That is not hysterical.
Mandrake baby pictures.
That's horrible. Daggone flipping weirdy Harry Potter folks. All right. You got anything
Okay,
else?
I do.
Okay.
Just to preface,
Okay.
this is related to a Turner family favorite movie pizza night film.
Okay.
So we had some standard movie pizza nights, films that we would watch, especially when we had people over for a pizza night.
Okay.
And I just need you to know that Matt's on my side and he thinks that the Mandrake pictures are funny. So you just needed to know that.
All right. I see that.
What
He's a
are
wordy too.
no, it's
Go
funny.
ahead. Okay, go ahead.
It's news about a Turner family favorite film.
I don't know.
What
Is it a
are
Christmas
the like?
film or
No, it's not a Christmas film. This is like a pizza night DVD that we had.
like Nim's Island?
There were like four or
Um,
five.
uh, Day After Tomorrow.
No, this
That's
is
more
like,
me.
yeah, movie night, family movie night.
Mr. Megorium's.
Those are two of mom's favorites. What are like three of the family
I don't
favorites?
know. You have to tell me.
Dad,
I can't. I don't know.
fired. You're not
Well,
actually fired. I love you
Princess
so much.
Bride. Um.
National Treasure.
Oh, yes. My bad. We love National Treasure, but
Dad,
we like it. We watch it so much. I just
National
okay.
Treasure, Vin Diesel the pacifier.
Yes, the pacifier. I forget about that one too.
It's not even
Anyway,
LOL.
National Treasure. What's the news?
That it's being written. National Treasure 3 is currently
Oh, for serious?
is being written.
Because it was
And
what's on page 81.
there are multiple antagonists. The writer says that the treasure has not been guessed. No one has like guessed what the treasure is yet. And that he is hopeful that the three
It's a
main characters will
family.
return.
Well, Nicolas Cage will do anything.
Nicolas
Uh,
Cage is wonderful
and
and
the other two,
obsessed.
have they been in anything lately?
No. Yeah, they're
Get
all going to do it.
get the money grab.
But National
Get
Treasure
the
3, here's
money
the thing.
grab. What?
The article that I read was like, here's what we've learned. There's been like 10, 15 years between now and the last one, but people can wait a minute and do a very good sequel.
All right.
Top Gun, Maverick,
Fantastic.
Twisters, like a lot of these like sequels that are coming out from these like classic, LOL. These like older, I mean classic, these older films.
I'm officially old.
I'm
Just say it.
sorry.
That's cool. I don't care.
Twister is good, and so is Top Gun.
Yeah, they're great. I
They're
agree.
both very good.
Yeah.
But National Treasure 3 is being written. And I am excited about it. I will go see it in the theaters.
Okay. Marvel announced that the movies that they've got coming out between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars all takes, well, no, Marvel did not announce. This is hmm,
Speculation.
a very strong speculation. Okay. That all the movies that take place between those two movies are going to be set on Battle World.
Mm.
So, which means that the Secret Wars movie is going to be the 2000 Secret Wars, not the one that I love.
Aw.
Yeah, but um, we'll see. I don't know, but apparently there's like a Spider-Man movie in the works. So what happened in
Tom
Battle?
Holland?
Yeah. So what happened in Battle World is basically uh Doctor Doom created a planet with these different multiverses, parts from different places in the multiverse, and made a planet. And that's where the Battle World was.
Hmm.
The original Secret Wars was there was a character called the Beyonder who just created a world. Basically, he took parts of planets and created a world, brought superheroes and villains there, and made them basically fight.
Hmm.
That's what Secret Wars were.
Hmm.
And I would love the OG, but yeah, that's me. I
Man,
may have just looked up how to purchase all the Battle World and all the tie-ins. I think I could get them for about $300,
that's
350
not
bucks.
awful.
So,
You
no,
gonna
it's
try to
not
get him?
awful. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Um,
What else you got?
Shoot, I was gonna tell you something that was related tangentially to what you were just talking about, and
Battle World,
I can't remember what it was, and it
Doctor
was gonna be
Doom.
good. I don't know.
Oh well.
That's a
Um,
big bummer for me.
that's okay. So I don't know if you know this or not, but in the comic books, Deadpool is dead,
Classic.
and his daughter Ellie
Mm-hmm.
is taking over for him, and she's being trained by the Taskmaster. Did you
Okay.
watch the Black Widow movie
Yeah.
with the Taskmaster? Was
I watched it
the
at the drive-in. Don't watch that at the drive-in. Garbage
Yeah,
drive-in movie.
gotcha. I liked the movie. I thought it was good. Um, but the Taskmaster is a character who basically learns and knows all the moves of the Avengers. That's what his character was. So he is training Ellie, Deadpool's daughter.
Right on.
Right on, right on.
Right on.
Yep.
I care a lot as a side about what movie is and is not right for the drive-in
You said
because I was
Twisters?
so excited to watch The Lion King live action at at the drive-in. I even bought a t-shirt and it was
No,
garbage.
no.
It was
We
garbage
watched
at the drive-in.
we watched Jungle Book in the drive-in, and that was terrible too.
It was garbage at the drive-in.
But I didn't think
And
that was a good movie anyway.
I didn't watch the Jungle Book.
No,
We did
either of the
watch
live action.
I was so mad about it.
It's hard to get emotion. It's hard for animals to emote. It's easier for animation to
There's a
emote.
Mufasa movie coming out.
I did see that. Say it again.
Mufasa. Woo! Okay, my last piece of news.
All right.
Is this a spoiler? Does everyone just know who the bad guy is in the new Deadpool movie? That's
It's
not
a
a spoiler,
woman.
is it? Yeah.
It's
Okay, go.
Cassandra Nova.
Have you seen the picture of her fake fingers? She wore
No,
prosthetic fingers.
I am trying so hard not to see anything to deal with this movie. And every other piece of news is Deadpool this. This is the accent I used. This is me as a cameo. This is me. Even your mom goes, "Did you know that Jennifer Garner
Mom.
is Electra?" I was like, yeah,
Yes,
I
I
knew
did
she
know
was
that.
in it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to
Go
like
ahead.
add to the drama, but the thing that I saw that was so funny was the actress who played Princess Di in
Yeah, in The
The Crown.
Crown. Hmm.
She was being interviewed about her fingers, and she like showed like her manicure. She goes, "This is what my actual hands look like."
Gotcha.
Like it was not my hands. And I was like, it didn't look like they were fake hands. And then I looked at the picture. Her nails are so like her nail bed is so funky and her fingers are creepy long
Did the
after
AI
looking.
do it?
I think that she literally had prosthetic fingers.
That's crazy. I have to
And
look that.
then
I'm
yeah,
not
a
gonna
lot
look
of
it
it
up.
is AI. A
I'm not
lot
gonna
of
look
it is
it up.
AI. But
Mhm.
just her showing like, yeah, this is my actual hand, and then me going back and there's a photo of her where she has her hands up and she's
Mhm.
like wearing her bald cap and it's like
Yeah.
her makeup. And I was like, oh, her hands look normal. And then I zoomed in and I went, oh no,
Oh
oh
gosh.
no. It was so ooh.
Oh
The
gosh. Well,
AI
I'm
the
gonna have
AI is wrong, but the like
CGI.
CGI
CGI.
there is not great
Oh well.
with the
I haven't
fingies.
seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Like
So
they do like
yeah.
she does like mind magic with
Someone
her
told
hands.
me that there's so many one-offs and cameos and stuff that as the movie gets older, it will
It's
not
not going to age
age
well.
well.
That's what Trevin
That's
thinks.
what I've been
Trevin
told.
thinks it's going to age very poorly.
But it doesn't matter because it made $7 billion or whatever the
I
heck.
mean,
Hmm.
I'm not going to spoil
Don't
that
tell.
for you
Just let's
because
stop.
that
Let's stop.
spoiler is so good.
Let's
The
stop.
bit,
Just stop.
there's a
What?
Despicable Me bit
Okay. That's funny.
that's hysterical.
All right. Okay.
And you
That's
will
cool.
know exactly what I mean. And I did not, there's a Despicable Me bit that's hysterical.
I watched a group of people who took, you know how in the office he always said that's what she said,
Mm-hmm.
with someone who did that with the bombing of the Death Star. And after they said something, they go, that's what she said. It's pretty bad, but you have to go and
Oh,
just rewatch it.
no.
Anyway, I had one more thing to say, and it's
Okay, go.
comic book related. So, and the we'll hit the Marvel one when I do the
Okay.
full list, but DC is I mentioned the Absolute Power comic
Mm-hmm.
and how when that comes to an end, they're launching their Absolute Power universe.
Yes.
But they're also doing something called DC All In, which is a complete uh new storyline and new creative team on all their main titles. So you will be able to
Okay.
start over and jump on probably in October, maybe. I can't remember exactly when. But yeah, that was it. I just want to say that. And we'll talk about
October.
Marvel's plan when we get to the comic.
Sick, sick, sick.
All right. Hannah,
Yes.
what you been binging the last week?
Okay. Trevin and I went to go see Trap, the new M. Night Shyamalan
Okay.
movie.
Somebody said it was horrible. Did you like it?
It was spooky to me.
All right.
But here's the
Did it have a
thing.
twist ending?
Yes.
It's M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. He always does the
Here's
twist ending.
here's the thing with me.
Hmm.
And we'll talk more about this when we get to Madame Webb.
Okay.
Enjoy a trash movie.
I get you. Yeah.
It does not have to be, man, I thought
Mhm.
really hard. And this
Yeah.
was really clever.
Yeah.
It can be absolute garbage. And
Okay.
I will be like, I had a good time.
Well, good. So you had a good time?
I mean, I
Because you don't like scary movies.
I don't like spooky things, so I was proud of myself for staying there. There were
I don't know
multiple
that this is a
times.
spooky movie as
It's
it's a
more thrilling than anything
thriller,
else.
suspense, and the guy's a serial killer.
The guy, they do this thing where when he's talking to someone, it's very zoomed in close of the person's
Oh, yeah.
face.
Okay.
And that really big on a screen
It's
was
creepy.
unsettling.
Gotcha. Mhm.
Something that I thought was sweet was that M. Night's daughter was one of the main characters, and
Oh,
she
okay.
wrote a lot of the music.
Oh,
She's an actress and a singer, and so I thought that was
gotcha.
sweet.
Nepotism
Um,
always reigns.
hey, I'm not mad at it.
Hey, let's create a
If you,
podcast and get family members to
that's
do
what I'm
everything
saying.
about it
If
we
you,
can.
same. If I don't feel bad about that at all.
Heck, we'll even get them to watch us online.
If you were a movie director
Oh, yeah.
and I wanted to be an actress,
No, I would just have you write Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
yes, nepotism. I'm not mad at it. Um,
I like that
I've
movie.
been watching. Started again Vox Machina,
Okay.
which I love. It's
Yep,
a
I do.
cartoon based
Mm-hmm.
off of the Critical Role Vox Machina
Yep.
campaign.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch their campaign on Instagram, YouTube. I'm okay. I would not recommend it unless you have literal hours on hand because each one is like 3 to 4 hours and there are like 180.
Yeah, it's a bunch. It's
Just watch the
crazy.
TV show. It's
There
cute.
you go. Yeah.
It's not
Or
for
read the
kids.
comic.
Read the comic. There's also a comic.
Mhm.
Um, Trevin and I watched Man from Uncle,
The old series or the newer
the
movie?
the newer movie,
Okay.
and
You
he
like
said
it?
that that might be a fun movie for us to talk about.
Okay.
I think that it could be. It was
I
very,
wrote
very
down
good.
two that just came on Prime this month.
Oh, fun. Yeah,
Dark
Man from
Man. We got to
Uncle was
watch
really
that one.
cool. We watched the Women's Olympic Vault, which is Simone Biles'
Okay. We've been
task
watching bukus of
event
Olympics.
of choice. Yeah.
Hmm. We watched the soccer, the women's soccer live on Saturday, and it went to over 30-minute extra, and
Woo!
then they scored. So they beat Japan 1-0 to go to play today against Germany. So the winner of this match goes to the gold silver match. And again, it went into 0-0, went into
Dang.
overtime, and they scored again. So now they play for gold on Saturday.
That's wild.
Yep. Anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's Simone Biles' event of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that she created her own vault that was an absurd amount of points. And something that I thought was really cute.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
if
yeah. Did she win vault? Yes,
she
she did.
did. She
Yes.
crushed.
Mm-hmm.
She was like 0.5 points ahead of the other girl that's really good. And the other girl
Yes,
that
I
was really
remember.
good was like 0.8 points ahead of the person in bronze. Like it was not a fight for gold. It was not a fight for silver. It was a fight for bronze.
Wow, that's crazy.
The thing that I thought was really cute and that was like really entertaining was the flavor commentary was done by Laurie Hernandez,
I don't know who that
who
is.
was on, yeah, you do. She's the girly pop that had curly hair and had a very sweet smile in the 2016 Summer Olympics.
I don't remember. But I trust you.
I just remember thinking that she was so cool.
Okay.
She
cool.
was great on Beam.
Oh,
And
okay.
so she did the 2016 Olympics and then got hurt and before the 2020 Olympics and then couldn't do the 2020 Olympics. And so
Okay.
she has been doing flavor commentary for women's gymnastics and has been
Color. You
so
saying
color.
flavor?
I don't know what the words are.
Color, I think.
Okay.
Well, I like flavor. That sounds cool.
I mean, it's flavor too.
It is. Flavor Flav. He was there.
Flavor Flav was there.
Okay. So the whole Martha Stewart Snoop Dogg thing just
who cares?
I'm tired of that. But anyway, go ahead.
And I just thought that that was really sweet. That it was
It is
like,
awesome.
and
Yeah.
she said it in ways that made it so easy to understand. She was like, like she would like say before like the scores came out, oh, that score, she's gonna have a penalty for this and a penalty for that. And she goes, you can't
Yeah.
really see it, but in the slowdown, you can tell how her shoulders
Isn't that
aren't
crazy?
hitting the box right. And I'm like, how did you like
I
she
know.
went like they ran and then swirled and then it was it. And I was like, I don't how did you see that?
Isn't that
But I
crazy?
thought that it was so fun.
That is cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, so you've been watching the Olympics. You watch the women's soccer. What else have
Bukus
you
of
watched?
Olympics. The
Pommel Horse
1500.
Guy. You watch that.
I watched Pommel Horse Guy. We watched the 1500. I watched the 1500 today, men's, and
Running.
two. Yeah, we won gold and bronze in that, and we were like fifth and sixth until the last 100 meter. Um,
Dang.
I watched women's pole vault. Did you watch that?
I did not. I bet that
Where
was
the
crazy.
where the Australian broke the Australian record, and then like on her third try, and then the American on her third try matched it, and then they went up another, and then they on the third try they matched it again on both of them. Then it went up again, and they both took three tries and missed it. So then they were like, well, then you go into who has the most misses, and they had the same amount of misses. So
Did they both share the gold?
well, we can keep going or you can share the gold. And they were like, share,
As you should.
as you should.
I love the share the gold stuff.
I
I
do
watched a
too.
video about that today about
Yeah.
these two men it was jumping. I don't know if it was pole vault or if
Or
it
high jump.
was high jump.
Mhm.
But
That's
they
cool.
shared the gold.
Yeah. So
I
we've
think that's
been,
cute.
I know, watching a ton of Olympics every night, pretty much. I have I restarted the Blacklist on Netflix.
Class classic.
I know. And I think this might be the last season for it for realsies. And I've watched it up to about season 4 and then I just quit. I'm going to
I
say I started over again. I'm going to try to muscle through it.
I watched it through when she finds out her husband's bad and then she hates him and then decides she loves him again and they start dating again.
Yeah, that's like season 2. I
Oh.
can't remember. It's pretty early. Yeah. He leaves like in season 3 or 4, start his own
uh
show.
oh man,
Yeah,
that's
New
funny. I
Amsterdam, I
have
think is
not
his
gone
show he's
very
in.
far then. The one that
No.
I remember the most is the lady on the farm who like had a prison in her barn.
Oh, I don't know if I remember that one.
That's the one I remember the most. The
Um,
barn prison.
that's funny. I like that Pee Wee Herman was in it. Um, I we also watched a couple episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Classic.
And I was downloaded a comic on Kindle, Creature Commandos, which is the animated movie that James Gunn is making for DC. I
Oh
thought that might be
fun.
cool to read on. So that's about it. What?
Can I tell you? Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you this or not. That I found that a page of dialogue was missing from one of my audiobooks.
No, for
Did I tell you
serious?
this?
How'd you
Okay,
figure that
so
out? Did you report it?
I was listening to this book and there's a scene where they talk about axes flying out of armoires and it's the weirdest analogy in the entire world and so I was just ready to hear them talk about it. And then I didn't hear it and then I listened to the rest of the audiobook and was like, "Oh, well, I was driving, like it must have happened. Like it was just like a really quick like moment of dialogue. I wonder if I just missed it." And then I was like, I didn't miss it. And I was like, no, Hannah, you did miss it. I gaslit myself into thinking that I missed like 3 minutes of this audiobook because I was driving. And I
Wow.
couldn't remember where it was. And so I listened to the entire audiobook again. And I get to the segment and I pull my book out because
And
I
it's
own this
gone because
book.
you have the book.
And I'm reading with, and there's an entire page of dialogue that's missing from this audiobook. And I said, I knew it.
Did
I
you
knew it.
did you
And
report
I'm
it?
like, should I like call them? Like,
You
do
should
I like
report it.
email them? I'm like, hey, just want to let you know that in this
This
recording,
page is
this page
missing.
of dialogue is missing. But
Absolutely, you should
that's
do it
how.
because, and then we'll hear what they say when they get back to you.
So yeah, and then I noticed I was like, only me, only me
That's
would be
funny.
listening to an audiobook and
No,
be like, it's
I
fine.
I
I
would
just missed
know
it.
in The Hobbit.
You would know.
In The Hobbit, I would know. Yeah.
Oin,
I had
gloin.
one more piece of news I forgot to
Okay,
say.
yeah. Say.
The original art for the first appearance of Deadpool just sold at auction for $7.5 million. Isn't that crazy? Anywho, that was it.
How much, huh?
7.5 million.
Does that person want to give me $1 million to pay for the rest of my school?
It's the cover of New Mutants number 80. What
It's
is it?
crazy.
98. Number 98, his first appearance. Yeah.
That's
I know.
bonkers.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
So,
Pull list, pull list, pull list. Friends, a pull list. We are to the segment where Dad is going to talk to us about comic books. Hannah, I don't know anything about comic books. Friend, we are going to educate you. Dad is going to share with us his pull list.
educate.
Educate. Did you
That's
like
right.
that?
That's how we do it.
Yeah, we gonna educate you.
That's right.
A pull list is the list of comics that you give the proprietor of your local comic book shop. Ooh, words. That way they can pull. See, get it? Haha. From their
Pull.
inventory. They can pull from their inventory the comics that you are interested in collecting. That way you can make sure that you have all of the books that you're reading saved for you in a little stack. So when you go there on New Comic Book Wednesday, you can get all of the bookies that you want. Dad is going to share with us 5 books. He's curated, friends, for us a list of books. He's going to share with us one from Marvel, one from DC, the big two. He's going to share with us an independent. He's going to share with us a new number one. Sometimes these issues, man, is legacy number 1128. And that's spooky to jump into. Man, this book's been going on for 1128 issues. That's bonkers. New number one is a new place for you to jump on. So if you wanted to start collecting today, you could go into your local comic book shop and request this issue number one. And then he has for us his book of the week, which is his most favoriteest book that he has read all week
Okay.
long.
So, it's a big Marvel week.
Really?
Yep. But we're going to start with our DC book of the week. It's
Okay.
issue 1. It is a huge title. I'm sorry, Hannah.
Okay, I'm ready. 10.
Super Pets Special,
Oh, we love the DC Super Pets.
The Bite-dentity Crisis. Like bite instead of identity, it's B as in bite. And on the cover is Haley, Nightwing's dog.
Is it
So
okay? So it's Super Pets Special, the Bite-dentity Crisis.
Bite-dentity Crisis, yes.
And does it
It's
say
a
anything
one
about?
shot.
Okay.
It is it was a big boy. It was $6, but there's like 3 or 4 stories in here. I thought first of all that this was going to be a really good book for kids. Don't get this for kids.
Man, I thought the book that we're going to review was going to be a cute book for kids. That
Don't
ain't for
get that
kids.
for kids. I know. I've been so totally. Yes.
Woo!
So the Bite-dentity Crisis is a cute book. It's about uh Bitewing, which is
Cute,
Haley, which is
cute.
Nightwing's dog, goes to stay on the farm with Mom Paul Kent while Barbara Gordon and Nightwing go on, like I think they go to a wedding or something.
That's
And
so cute.
the dog ends up hooking up with other animals to go save some animals that this guy has stolen. Anyway, it's fairly fun. It's a cute movie. There's a beautiful story in there that's about like a cat. Um, and I really enjoy it. Was gorgeous how it was drawn. Um, there was also a story about Damien has a cow, a bat cow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Damien,
it's a cow
get
that
it
has it's like
together.
a face that has a it's funny. Yeah. Um
Damien.
and he when they moved they gave all their animals to like like not a shelter but like a place for animals to live and like a I don't know, what do you call that?
A rescue.
A preserve or something like that.
We love a
Well, they come to
preserve.
find out that they sold them for like
It's giving Animal
experiments and stuff.
Farm.
And then but the cow saves the day. And
The horse
so
from Animal Farm.
yeah, I never read Animal Farm,
You didn't
so
read Animal Farm?
no. Mm-mm.
Oh, they say that they're sending the horse to go be in
Did
a
they
horsey home, but then
and
a
they
glue truck comes. And
nice,
they're
there you
like,
go. Okay.
yeah,
That's bad.
yeah.
The final story is Who Woofs the Wolfman instead of Who Watches the Watchman, the Watchmen comic book, the Watchmen movie.
Who
And it
woofs?
is literally the book, and they're all animals. And
I'm dead. I need to see it.
it's a little bit silly, but there are some parts in it that are like, oh, I know what this is supposed to be because there's like some adulty parts in it.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So you've got like, yeah, yeah. So the art style, the funny thing is it's drawn and written by Kyle Starks, who I love.
Mm. Is that
Um,
part of the reason why you got it?
No, I got a couple
Oh,
of,
that's a
yeah, it
fun
is.
style of
It is a
art.
fun style of art. And it was good. It was a good, I like this, but it's not for kids.
Okay.
This is
Dad
probably
says,
13
buy it.
plus, probably.
Don't let your children's read it.
Correct. Yeah. Anyway, it was a fun book.
Love.
My independent
Ooh,
is 2 months in a row. The Department of Truth, issue 24.
it's by whom?
Image. This book is great. We are getting um the story behind Lee Harvey Oswald, and it is coming up to the assassination of Kennedy, and how he and the Department of Truth are battling the Soviet Ministry of Lies, and how they're going to determine what is real in the United States,
The
and how
Soviet Ministry of Lies.
and the Americans are the Department of Truth.
Well,
Yep. So um it is a lot of exposition, but the story is so well done, and the art just makes this thing just so good.
the art style in Department of Truth is very watercolor based.
It's a Timmons is the guy's name, and uh but yeah, it's
It looks like a watercolor
creepy.
painting,
It does. Yes, I would
like a
say that.
spooky one.
Hmm. So this is all in the 60s, and how Lee Harvey Oswald comes about getting ready to take the life of
Well, I just watched Man from Uncle,
okay.
and that takes place in the 60s.
All right.
And it's a Russian spy and an American spy
Mm.
banding together.
I saw that on one of my favorite movies, James Bond and the Spy Who Loved Me.
That is one of your favorite movies. It's on the list of your favorite movies from in my 13-year book.
Really?
Yeah, I think
The
so.
Spy Who Loved Me. That's so funny. All right, so here comes the Marvel block. Make mine Marvel, as Matt
Marvel,
said.
Marvel,
So my
Marvel.
Marvel book is Amazing Spider-Man issue 54,
Okay.
Legacy 948.
Okay,
So there you
wait.
go.
Amazing Spider-Man
54,
54 Legacy.
948.
See, here's what I'm saying. That is terrifying.
Well, this is the
It's a
end
man
of
a
the
legacy
story.
for sure.
This has been going on. This story has been going on for um 54 issues in this one, and the
Amazing
previous
Spider-Man says, I'm
run
tired.
probably it's bits and pieces of it have probably come from the last 20 issues of the previous. So 70 to 100 issues have been dealing with Norman Osborn and his sins being taken away by the Sin Eater, and now they are inside a spear that stabbed Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man had all of Norman Osborn's sins, and this is the culmination of that. How they how the Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, and Spider-Man battle one another, and Peter Parker's own soul spirit is able to defeat the evil soul spirit of the Green Goblin, and they end up saving the day, and they both of them end up as friends at the end.
We love a
Um,
day saved.
there's some good side characters in this. You get Miss Marvel, um, and with Doctor Octopus's arms, J. Jonah Jameson's in it. Um, there's a character called Rick Rap, which is Parker backwards. He's basically a demon that was created during another storyline that's just silly and wants to be a superhero, and he's a fun character. Uh, uh, so um, I like where it ended. I feel like this is drug on forever. Um, but I'm glad because now Peter, if I'm not mistaken, Peter Parker, I think Norman Osborn left Peter, basically gave him everything. So Peter Parker
So he
now
has
may
all Green
be,
Goblin stuff,
no, not just that, he has all of
all the
Osborn,
monies.
all the monies that he had
Osborn
lost
Court.
ages ago. Oscorp, yeah. I don't know how that's all going to play out, but
Hmm.
uh, I like it. It's good. The art is great. I am glad that this storyline is done. Next issue will be 949, which means it'll be a throwaway issue, because when they do 950,
It's
it'll be
gonna
a
be a big one.
$10 comic book. Yeah. So,
It's gonna be a big one.
all right. So,
Okay, I remembered the thing that I was gonna ask you, but that had vanished from my mind.
what?
And because it's Spider-Man related. I watched a
Go.
video where
Uh-huh.
these group of nerds had to decide if they were going to delete Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Do you know my
And I knew
answer?
your answer. I knew your answer immediately, but I
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about it. Dad's answer is to delete Andrew Garfield.
100%. Yeah. But here's the deal. Other than Empire Strikes Back, it's hard to be the second.
It's hard to be the second.
Yeah. hmm And
It
I love
is.
the Tobey Maguire, except for the third
The
movie,
Punch Me, I Bleed.
which wasn't. And though now that I go back and watch it, it's sort of fun.
It's campy.
It is campy, and it wasn't the director's fault.
He's like
Yeah,
dancing
that's
down the.
hilarious.
Oh, and they
Uh,
bring Gwen Stacy in.
That
Oh
that
man, it's
was
Bryce
yeah.
Dallas Howard as Gwen
I know.
Stacy.
Yeah,
Hysterical.
that's what they should have done. They should have had her been Gwenthal in the whatever movie.
Sorry, I
That
made that face because I read what Matt said, and I need you to read what Matt said in the comments.
I never loved Empire. What's that?
Because you talked about Empire Strikes Back. He's like, not everyone can be a great number two.
Oh no, this is the moment of the podcast where we delete followers. Just kidding. Can't. He's family. Let's go to my new number one. That's hilarious.
Sorry.
I thought he meant that terrible TV show with Terrence Howard.
Maybe he
Empire.
did.
Yeah, that's what he meant. That's what he meant. I'm sure that's what he meant.
I'm
Anyway,
sure that's what he
You're
meant.
not sure that's what he meant. It's in my top 10 movies
Book
of
of
all
the
time.
week.
That's all.
It's the book of the
No,
week.
no, it's my new number one.
Oh, I didn't write BOW, which is why I was ready for you to tell me. Okay,
my,
I'm sorry.
My new number one is what if Donald Duck became Wolverine?
Yes.
Okay, so it's fun. It's great because the art is so it's like you've got classic Wolverine covers in there, but it's Donald and like Pluto is the Hulk. So here's the deal. They don't call him like Donald Reen or Donald Veen or whatever. It's Donald Wolverine. It's 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 a Mickey Hawkeye is what his name is. It is
They made Mickey Hawkeye?
Yeah, Goofy Hulk.
No.
Goofy Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah, so that's what they are. And
Is he like a tall, skinny Hulk?
no, and actually it's funny because he has he's the gray Hulk. And then at the end he becomes the green Hulk. And the villain is of Duckburg is
Scrooge McDuck.
nope. Instead of Red Skull, it's Pete Skull. Do you remember Pete?
Yes.
From the Goofy movie.
The
Yeah.
angry guy.
Yeah, it's Pete Skull.
His son was like blumbering and kind of cutesy.
Yeah. So this is
and
a fun
girl
book.
with the beret liked him.
There's a whole lot of cool cameos, or I mean variant covers in it. There's
That's so fun.
Yeah, and so next issue is what if Donald were Thor? So that's
Are you gonna get it?
Oh, absolutely.
So is this a one
Pluto
shot?
Colossus.
It's a new series.
It's a what if series. I think they're going to have 3 or 4 issues. Yeah.
Okay, so this would be an issue 1, not a one shot.
I would say yes, because they're doing I think it's what if Donald Duck became, and I think the next one's going to be became Thor.
Classic.
So, it's funny because the cover it's a classic Wolverine where he's got his claws up and he's telling people to come here, but there are marshmallows on his claws.
I'm dead. That's so funny. I need you to know that in line to see Deadpool and Wolverine, I told Trevin the story of the Wolverine action figure that you had in the basement that said, "What's up, bub?" And I would go down and just press it. And you had him like still in his box.
Yes.
But I would click
Don't
him.
anymore.
"What's up, bub?"
Yeah. Back off, bub.
Back off, bub.
Yeah.
Slice and dice.
Slice and dice was the other one. Yes.
I love that. I would go down
funny.
and I would just play with it.
That is so fun. Maybe that's why the battery died. Who knows?
Killed it.
Yeah. So my book of the week.
Book of the week for real this time.
It is Blood Hunt Red Band issue 5.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I know. I ripped them out so I could read them.
Blood Hunt Red Band?
It's the Red Band version, which is the not for children because it's bloodier or whatever.
Goodness.
It's just Blood
issue
Hunt
5.
issue 5. 5 of 5. It's the end. So the world has been the world is all vampires.
Yes. I remember this.
And this is the end of this story. Doctor Strange is in his astral form because his real body had been turned into a vampire.
Classic.
And everyone's fighting everyone. You got all the Moon Knights come back. The Khonshu's there. We talked about that last week. So,
Yes.
but they're still losing. So, Doom says, I can do this, but I have to have the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme since you can't do it because you're a ghost or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, you a vamp now, my
And
guy.
so because you can always, trust Doom at his word. Doctor Strange says you have to give me your word that once you have saved the planet, you will give me the mantle back. And he says, "You have my word." So Doctor Doom becomes Sorcerer Supreme.
And saves the
Say
planet.
he gets rid of this menace, and then Doctor Strange is like, "All right, give it back to me." And he goes, "I've not saved this planet yet."
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a fairy bargain to me. That sounds like you
Absolutely,
made a
monkey
fairy
paw.
bargain.
Explain a fairy bargain.
So, if you're gonna make like a bargain with like the fae or with fairies, you have to be very careful about how it's
Yes,
worded
sort of
because
like
if you leave any empty space, that they can like
wiggle room.
wiggle around it. So, like in a
Mhm.
book that I
8 billion
read,
genies.
yeah, 8 billion. In a book that I read, a girl made a fairy bargain where she was not where this person had to leave her alone that like wasn't had to leave her alone for that night and could not. She's like, leave, like go stay at this place and don't talk to me until I see you, until I talk to you. And so all he had to do was spend until it was not night anymore in a different place. And then he could go find her and like make her talk to him, make her speak a word. And if she spoke a word, he was able to speak to her back rather than like wanting like a week alone.
Gotcha.
So you gotta be careful with fairy bargains.
Because that's what happened. After he fixes everything, one of the things that he does is he makes it to where the vampires, the good, now there are vampires, still vampires, there's good vampires.
I mean, I
They
believe that.
they don't have to be out at night. Miles Morales does not get changed back to a human. So as Miles Morales is spider vampire. Um, and then after everything is saved, yay, everything's saved, something is transmitted over every device. And it is the vampire threat is over and our world is safe once more. And you have but one man to thank, Earth's new superior sorcerer supreme, Victor Von Doom. And
LOL.
then at the back of the book, there's a picture of all the superheroes kneeling before Doom, and it says "One World Under Doom" coming in November. So that's
Dang.
Marvel's new thing.
That's gonna be cool.
I know it is going to be cool. It was cool because in the Fantastic Four book, at the end of the Fantastic Four book, there was much more said about this,
Okay,
which
fun.
is a great book too. But I thought I would give it to Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah.
That's sweet.
All right,
Love it. Okay.
that's it, folks.
Total party killer or Madame Web?
Let's do Madam Web since we
Okay.
just did comics.
You
Hannah
were
and
gonna
I
say
watched.
folks.
Yeah, Hannah and I watched Madam Web, which
We
is PG
did.
PG-13 on Netflix.
Absolutely garbage.
You say that with such a happy face.
That's because it was delightful.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite thing was we're
I
immediately
wonder.
watching this movie
Oh, Trevin,
and
watch it with you
there's
too?
these oh no, not at all.
Okay.
I was watching it by myself. I told Trevin that I needed to watch this and asked him if he wanted to FaceTime me while and we could watch it together and he said no. And I said, fair enough. So I watched it by myself. Um, but the first like 10 minutes are these like weird humans in Peru question mark who are like in bad spider costumes like running really
Terrible. Like
fast.
terrible spider costumes.
It was bad.
The special effects were horrible.
It was so bad. Their bodies were like
Yes.
"Ugh."
You could tell they were just being lowered down on a line and they were acting like they were, yeah. Anyway, go
It was
ahead.
awful. I loved it.
So in the comic book, the villain Ezekiel, I liked him in the comic book. If I'm not mistaken, that was, um, I, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was, J. Michael Straczynski's run, and it was drawn by John Romita Jr., which is I love, but um I don't remember, first of all, Ezekiel wearing an outfit.
He was
Maybe
in a
he did
Spider-Man outfit.
made like the spider monkey, sort of like that one. It
Man.
was, yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
So this movie follows Cassie.
I don't even know what her name was.
I don't Madame
Madam
Webb,
Webb.
Dakota Johnson, if you will.
There you go.
Dakota Johnson, and my favorite thing was that guy was I can't remember what his name is,
The
but
guy plays Ezekiel, who
no, the
in the
male
comic,
lead.
yeah,
The,
his name was
the
Ezekiel. And like
not
Matt says
Ezekiel,
on the
the
thing,
love interest.
oh, he's not a love interest. He's married.
Oh,
He
that's
has
his
a,
sister.
what?
Yeah, that was his sister.
Oh, well, I don't think they're love interests.
They're totally love interests.
There was no way in the world that I should know they were love interests.
Oh,
Did
I
they work
immediately knew
together?
they were love interests.
No way. There was
They had
no,
talked about there was tension when he was like, I'm dating someone, it's a big deal. Oh my goodness, I just Googled the cast. Has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. Madame Webb has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. And we watched this movie.
yes, we did. I watched the whole thing.
Well, I thought it was really funny that Adam Scott's character's name was Ben.
Oh, like
And
Ben.
his name is Ben in um Parks and Recreation.
What's his last name?
His character's name,
Did
Parker.
they give him a last name?
It's Mary Parker and Ben Parker. I think it's Peter Parker's
Mom and dad.
mom and dad.
Gotcha. I don't remember that at all.
Because Emma had a baby. Like Emma Roberts, her name's Mary in the movie, but Emma Roberts had a baby and she had a son, and they were like guessing what his name was. And then there was an explosion. Anyways, she almost dies. Our main character, Dakota Johnson, whose name is
in childbirth.
No, she almost dies.
Yeah, in
Off of-
childbirth too.
Oh
Her
yeah,
mom
she
does
like almost
die.
drowned. Her mom dies.
Not
And
almost drowned. No,
she
they were
she
giving-
almost drowned. That's how she got access to her powers again.
Yes, but when she was a baby, they were giving birth in this.
She just had a water birth. She didn't almost drown.
I know. That's why I thought, what do you mean she's almost drowned?
She almost drowned
Okay.
in the middle of the movie when she gets her powers.
I do remember that. Yes, but in the people, the spider people give the mom the spider bite, and then she gets the powers to walk the web. Yeah, this is how bad this movie is.
Talk about it. It was awful. I loved it. The three girlies
We're terrible.
were hysterical. I need you to know that the girl who played Anya is Isabella. She was Dora in the Dora movie in 2019.
Dios mio.
Which is hysterical. Sydney Sweeney, the girlie who plays Glasses, was on Euphoria and is like so big right now in the
would think
rom-com scene.
They can't. I was like, these guys are terrible.
I'm like,
And-
how did they get
Okay,
her to be in
you
this
just
movie?
got all these guys tried to kill you. Let's walk away from this campsite to go to and dance on the top of a table at a diner.
I thought that was
is-
hysterical. They're teenage girls. Teenage girls are dumb.
Not that dumb.
That's from a girl who used
Hey,
to be a teenage
Listen,
girl.
what if one of the 8 HBO executives are a teenage girl?
Then she has great self-esteem and has great interpersonal skills to sit in that boardroom. Here's the thing. I loved being a teenage girl, but we make bad choices.
Yeah, well,
Our frontal cortex ain't done developing yet.
nope. I know. I tell you what, it was so funny. They stole an ambulance at one point,
Mm-hmm. Classic.
and the guy jumps on top, and they use the shockers to shock the ambulance.
That was
roof.
hysterical.
So I had dinner with an EMT firefighter,
Did you ask
on
if that was
Friday.
possible?
and I said, "Tell me, is this possible?" And he goes, "They don't even. We don't even use those paddles anymore. Now they're little peel offs that just stick on.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's just-
uses those shockers." And he goes, "No, you're not going to shoot nobody through the roof with that." Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
so
Matt says, "Who
funny.
leaves the kids in the woods anyway?"
Who leaves?
And I like
kids?
how she has a stolen, excuse me, a stolen taxi that doesn't have a GPS in it, and
Classic.
she like flies overseas. Where does she park it? At the
I-
airport?
no,
And then
nothing.
just
Yeah. That was my favorite thing. My favorite thing is she's like, you know where I have to go in the middle of all of this? Back to Peru.
and
I was
I'm
like,
like,
okay, girl, pop off. You are being wanted for abducting three
child
high
abduction.
school girls. There's no way you are making it on a plane out of the country. Girly
The
pop.
so the part that just got me the most was the end when she's in her wheelchair
And
with
she's like so
blindfolded
serene and is like,
because
I see it all.
that's the picture of Madame Webb.
Is her in the chair?
She's in a chair and she's blindfolded, but she's way old. She like
Really?
80 years old. Yeah. But that's I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is how we're getting there?"
My favorite is that her character completely changed. That she was this like,
Oh
I don't
yes.
care,
Yeah, I
was
don't
like,
care. And it's like,
I don't care, leave
now
me
I can see
alone.
the
And then she was like,
future.
I am serene
I
and
am
everything
walking
is
the web.
great. And I was like,
Yes.
okay, girly, I'm glad that
And
you
the
feel
lottery numbers are 6, 12, 23, 46, 62.
what if those are the lottery numbers tomorrow?
Bart knocker, I better get some.
Yeah, dang.
That's funny.
I would like to apologize for all teenage girls that I have just said you're stupid. I don't think
They
you're stupid. I think you're wonderful and lovely. And sometimes when your brain isn't developed, you don't make great choices yet.
There you go. Absolutely. And
Love
boys are worse.
Hannah. Yes.
Boys are
Girls
worse.
are what I like to say
Boys
is
are dumb and
girls,
girls are mean.
yes, boys are
That's what
dumb and girls are mean,
which we always say. Yeah.
which is just a fact.
So, do you have anything else to add about this movie? I
Zero
thought it
out
was
of
terrible.
10. Would not recommend unless you enjoy laughing and a goofy movie. And if you're gonna
Yeah,
watch a goofy movie, you might as well watch the goofy movie and not
no kidding,
this.
because that's great. The Goofy movie is amazing, and Goofy is a
Man,
great dad.
Goofy is such a great dad. Goofy movie too.
Do you know who the best cartoon dad of all time is?
Uh, Marlon.
Nope,
Who?
Doofenshmirtz.
Oh, he loves his daughter so much and he doesn't understand her at all.
I know, but he
Did you
wants
know that?
to.
Do you know that there's a resurgence to do Phineas and Ferb again? And
Gosh,
they're
I hope
actually in
so. It
talks of
is
doing Phineas and Ferb again.
so great. I
Have you
love it.
seen the breaking down of the Phineas and Ferb platypus, Perry the platypus meme?
No, listen, the dude who does the voice of Doofenshmirtz literally sang the song
He
at a
sings
party.
everything.
No,
He
but
writes all of the
but
music.
he's there, and all these kids are around him and everything, and they go, "What?" It's back and forth. The platypus controlling me. Yeah.
Mhm.
All
He
right.
has made a resurgence in a big way on TikTok and Instagram.
All right. Good deal.
Okay.
So Hannah and I read a book by Scout Comics that I thought the art style looked like, oh, this might be a fun little book.
I was so ready for it to be so cute. And then it was bang, smash, dead. And I
It
was
is
like,
called
oh,
Total
absolutely not.
Total Party Killer. If you don't know what that means, it's a Dungeon and Dragon term, in that this character could kill your whole party. So if you've played Final Fantasy, if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons or any type of you know, action or role playing or
Hmm.
whatever, a
A
TPK
TPK.
is like you go up against a dragon, you don't have enough
And
uh
it's not
stuff.
like I'm a level 3 sword, I'm a level 3 bard. And we're like, no, this is like we've been playing in this campaign for years and we are sitting down and there's an ice dragon that pops up and it's oh no.
Yeah, yeah,
Beholders
like a
can be
level
TPKs,
99.
dragons. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
um yeah.
So explain this comic.
So this comic is this young girly pop who wants to like prove herself and wants to be an adventurer. And so she joins this adventuring party as an apprentice. The thing that I think is really fun is that it very much leans into like the D&D like role playing like theme. And so like
Yes.
she hands them her resume, and if you look close at her resume it has boxes and lines like it's a character card in
Yes.
D&D
It sure
or something
does.
like that, which I thought was really cute. And then as it like goes forward. So like she joins this group as an intern and is like in charge of like giving them their potions and like carrying all of their things. And as you're introduced to the party, it's like such and such person. So
Level
like
this.
our main character, her name is Verity. She's a level 1 unpaid apprentice. We
Yes.
also have, I'm trying to find other people's names. Bastian, level 14 knight. Bartletook, he's a level 9 sorcerer, and Cregan, who's a level 11 rogue. And so
Well,
we
and then
have
the
all
girl
of,
that dies
and then
quick.
the girl that dies like right at the very front of
Yeah.
everything, because of an arrow to the head and a potion to the face.
Right.
But they're fighting Dracolites, and
They're like
they're
spawn of a dragon.
spawn of a dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and then um their cleric beats it because of the potion to the face and the arrow to the head. And Verity gets called upon to be the cleric because every party
60% chance
needs
of failure without a healer.
yeah, every party needs a healer. And so they are on this hunt for this dragon because Bastian wants to
Well, that's what
uh
that's his thing, right? That's
that's
when you
his
go to
thing is
get,
he's
what
a
do you call it?
dragon slayer.
Yeah, but you go to get a, when you go to the inn to get a job.
Yeah, so that's what how it starts. So she's
Yeah.
at the tavern to get a job. They get a
Mhm.
job to defeat this dragon, and they go to defeat the dragon, and they end up in the dragon's lair, and then it's all of the shenanigans to fight the dragon. And this dragon's spooky.
It's weird. It's creepy.
It's a creepy
It's
dragon.
not scary. It's just it's
It's
different
just blah.
because the art style is very cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
It
It's like a
feels.
skinny. It's like a skinny, wavy dragon,
Mhm.
not like a bulky
This feels
dragon.
like a Danny Phantom type of art style.
It's David Yu.
Yeah, I don't know who that is,
I don't either.
but he drew and wrote it. Um, yeah, are we going to spoil this or no?
I mean, go for it. Why not?
I don't want to spoil. I mean, because the end is a very,
It's a spoily end.
it's a
I
spoily
did
end.
not see it coming. Did
I
you see
did
it coming?
not see it coming at all.
I was like,
No,
what?
no.
No.
But I knew there was only a page or two left, and that the party was down to just, the ones that were there, and I thought this got to end fast, so something's got to happen, and then blam! Oh, didn't know
Woo.
that was there, but yeah, it has a surprise ending. This looks like it would be for kids, but there is blood and guts
It is
throughout it. But
not.
it's
It is no.
cartoony, 100% cartoony. I don't know if they say bad words or not.
I don't
They
remember
might.
reading bad words, but there's like
I think they did.
blood and guts and gore and
I think there might have been one or two bad
stuff
words.
like, oh no, he says a bad word at the very end
Yeah, 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 yeah.
about the
Mhm.
dragon.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, it's
Oh, and it's no, he says a couple bad words. And it's
I,
Bastian. It's
yeah, I thought
Bastian
he
and the
did.
Rogue.
I thought he did. I thought the girl did too. Yeah. So it's a fun book. It's a quick read. I don't think I would have purchased it. But Trevin got this for you, correct?
Yeah, Trevin bought this because it looked fun, and then he read it and was like, "Oh, you'd think this is interesting."
There you go.
It's a
Yeah.
one shot. It's $8. It's a big book.
Yeah, it's a prestige format type book.
I don't know what
Um,
that means.
it's just fancy, feels thick, got a good
Did you buy
cover.
it?
No, no, but do you have it there right there with
Yeah,
you?
I have it.
Is it like a, okay, yeah.
She's
Oh,
thick,
yeah, it is thick. Oh,
and
I thought it had a special back, but it doesn't. So
it
it's
does not. I mean, it
okay.
is this a special back?
No, it's not. I'm talking about the binding. So I thought it
No, I
was
mean
no.
it's just staples.
Gotcha.
But it's really
Okay.
cute. I don't. Is Scout Comics around still?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They still make books all the time.
Cool.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it. I think it's fun. I
I
would
think it's fun if
recommend.
you like Dungeons and Dragons and you are mature.
Hmm. If you
It's I
like,
don't
yeah,
mean like old. I mean it's it's fun
a teenager
and
would
it's
read and enjoy this.
yeah.
If they're,
But
yeah,
yeah,
like
but
a late teenager.
if you like Dungeons and Dragons and you like animation type stuff, you would think this was fun. And we're not going to spoil the end.
The
Let's
end
not
is so
spoil it.
good.
The end
Would
is good.
recommend
I would
reading to the
recommend.
end. It's
I
not,
yeah.
there's a lot. There's not a lot of dialogue on every page. And there's
No, the
maybe
art does a lot of the work.
The art does a lot of the work. So it's a quick read, but it's a thick book.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like that they have to use mushrooms that glow. That was
Mushrooms that
fun.
glow and the gnome. That was not the gnome, the dwarf getting like being stingy with the gold and then meeting his
Oh,
end
yes, yes, yes,
swiftly
yes, yes.
because he was
Shh.
like gold, gold, gold.
Yes. I guess was he a dwarf? I didn't realize he was
I
a
don't know. He
dwarf.
looked like
Very
he was shorter than
dwarfish.
everyone and he had
Yeah,
a beard.
I could see that. Very dwarf-like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, the art is fun, and it's actually some of the art sort of looks anime-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
I enjoyed
Um,
it. It was a fun read.
Hannah liked it. I thought it was okay.
Different vibe than some of the comics we've been reading. So
I
thought it might be fun to do
yes,
a different
right.
vibe.
This is absolutely. So that's it, guys. That's what we've done. We have talked the best worst movie you can see on Netflix
Indeed.
and a one-shot comic that I read for free on Hoopla. So there
Woo!
you go. Yeah,
We left
I
free.
know it.
My man's bought it, but it was a hot second ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
But not too long ago. I mean, I think it was just like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe even a year ago. Um,
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Scout Comics TPK release.
December 2023. It's not even a year old.
I was gonna say it's at least a little bit of a
Mhm.
time old.
Yeah, December 2023.
Mhm,
All
mhm,
right.
mhm. It was fun.
Well, there we go. Hannah.
Friends, thanks for coming and hanging out with us on our little corner of the internet. Hey, we think you're cool and we like you and we're glad that you were here. Our intro music is written and done by Brockwell Nason. You can check him out any place you listen to musics. He is a new dad, and we think that you should check his stuff out. That way he feels your love from wherever you are. Our art was done by my dear sweet brother in Microsoft Paint. He is multi-talented and wonderful. Thanks you for doing that for us, bud. I edit and upload our podcast. Dad does our website. No, our YouTube videos. I can speak words. And we're glad for you to hang out with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. And our folks who are here with us live and in person, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. And until next time, we will
Catch you
catch
on
you
the
on the
flippity
flippity flop.
flop.
Bye,
Bye, sweet
guys.
friends. And our YouTube pallies. We appreciate yous.
Bye.
Bye bye bye.